Hey, what's going on? It's your boy BT, and I came here to talk some boxing with the thousands of True School Sports subscribers. Now, before we proceed any further, big shout out to my channel sponsor, Fighting Mad, the pound for pound kings of boxing, apparel that is. And if you like the shirts you see to my left and to my right, I'll leave the website link for you here, and you guys can go check out all the great stuff they got there at Fighting Mad. Now, Nayoa the Monster Inoue, the True School Sports pound for pound king of boxing, best fighter there is out there right now. In my humble opinion, he's the first fighter since Romo Gonzalez that I feel like could actually properly carry the pound for pound king torch. You know, I really never thought Lomachenko could quite carry it like Romo Gonzalez did. Nor did I feel the same way about Crawford or anybody else for that matter. No disrespect to them, I think they're great fighters, but this kid right here, what he's doing at such a young age, you know, scaling weight classes, beating the competition he's beating in such impressive fashion, you know, beating a guy like Nonito Donaire in a Fight of the Year candidate, just nothing short of exceptional stuff from Inoue. But now, I think his career is going to reach an interesting point because it was confirmed after the World Boxing Super Series final with Donaire that he is going to be signing a multi-fight deal with Top Rank and Bob Arum. So that means that Inoue will probably be getting a lot more American exposure. You could expect in 2020 to see him fighting on some ESPN cards. And, you know, following the conclusion of the Donaire Inoue fight, I saw a lot of hate being spewed towards Inoue. I saw channels who I'm not going to name because they don't deserve that special True School Sports clout. But I saw channels that were saying he was exposed. I saw channels saying that he's a hype job and things like that. And I just don't understand how you could say that if you're really educated about his career and you've been watching him for multiple years. Now, for me, I've been blessed. I've been following Inoue since late 2014. You know, so I've seen the growth. I've seen the development. I've seen how much he's improved and how he's getting better fight by fight. But not everybody is as up on their boxing as I am, and I understand that. He's already getting hate, and it's like the more he continues to succeed, the more hype he gets, the more accomplishments he racks up. There's going to be a certain demographic and people on YouTube, you know, the LDBC. We'll just call them straight up. The LDBC is going to hate on Nayoa Inoue as much as possible as he continues to succeed because he doesn't fit the bill of what they want to see in a fighter that gets that much hype and that much credit and that much acclaim. And, you know, he deserves all the acclaim he's getting. Nayoa Inoue is scaling weight classes. He's already getting hated as it is, okay? Like the way he was getting hated on by the LDBC in channels that don't like him for some strange reason was very reminiscent of another fighter about 4 years ago who was scaling weight classes, who was undefeated, who was knocking out elite opposition consistently. And then when he came to HBO, he made his HBO debut, and when they crowned him the pound for pound king of boxing after Floyd Mayweather, from that point forward, he got as much hate as possible in his career, and the LDBC and channels like the LDBC did everything they could to discredit this man for the rest of his career. And that was Roman Chocolatito Gonzalez. And I feel like Inoue is not that far. I thought Inoue is going to bring that out of the LDBC again. We're on YouTube in the YTBC, in this YouTube boxing community, we're going to experience the Romo Gonzalez days all over again, where a foreign fighter who doesn't speak English from another country that's not America is going to come to America, get a lot of exposure, and is either a pound-for-pound king or close to being the pound-for-pound king. So it's history repeating itself again, so just brace yourself for it. Brace yourself for it, because it's coming. But what I really wanted to talk about was, now that he's supposedly going to sign with Top Rank and you would expect him to be fighting in America more, is what exactly is his star potential? Because this is an Inoue who is wildly famous in his country. He gets great numbers from what I hear on his television ratings in his country. But just how far could he go in America? How far could he translate to being a star here amongst the general public here in America? Now, he doesn't speak English. He doesn't. And he's not going to be like one of those flamboyant characters. But this guy is a bad MF. He's a bad capital MF. And he could continue, you know, dominating at 118, potentially having some big fights at 122 with the likes of Emmanuel Navarrete or Daniel Roman. I think those will make for some great fights, and potentially him getting a title in a fourth weight class, you know. Now, America's interesting because there's definitely cities in America like L.A., New York, Chicago, that have a high concentration of Japanese people. And I really believe that, I can't really think of a fighter. And if you got, for those of you who are older than me, I'm 24 years old. For those of you who are older than me, please educate me. Has there, if you can think of a fighter, has there ever been a fighter that's come from a country like Japan? I'm talking about Japan. Has there ever been a Japanese fighter that's come to America and been a star, that's tapped into the large Japanese population that's in some of these cities in America? Because I can't think of one, and that's why I think the whole Inoue Top Rank dynamic is interesting, because of the fact that it's an untapped market. It's an untapped market. This guy is without a shadow of a doubt one of the most exciting and best fighters in boxing. And if marketed properly, if given the proper promotional push, we could see them tap into that Japanese market here in America. And if they're able to do that, you're looking at Nayoa Inoue being a mega star, not just in Japan, not just on the other side of the pond in Asia, but also here and worldwide, because ESPN, Top Rank, they got a big reach, and I'm looking forward to seeing how they move Inoue, because he's a hell of a fighter, and I've been a fan of his for a long time. I know how good of a fighter he is. I've watched most of his fights since 2014, and it's just an interesting partnership. It's an interesting partnership. I wouldn't be the least bit surprised, as far as his first fight on Top Rank goes. I wouldn't be the least bit surprised if we see Nayoa Inoue take on someone like a Joshua Greer, because Joshua Greer's been fighting on ESPN cards regularly. He's been picking up wins, even though I thought he lost to Nikolai Potapov. But he's been picking up wins. He's a good fighter at the weight class. He's someone that has a mouthpiece that can help sell a fight. So look out for that fight. Maybe Joshua Greer versus Nayoa Inoue is a fight that we see come off in 2020. But it has happened. Bob Arum has signed him. And all of a sudden, if you look at Bob Arum, he's got 4 of the top 5 pound-for-pound fighters in his stable. He's got Lomachenko. He's got Terrence Crawford. He's got Nayoa the Monster Inoue. He's got somebody else I can't remember right now. He's got Tyson Fury as well. He's got Tyson Fury. He's got Jose Ramirez. Got a great stable there of fighters at Top Rank, and Top Rank is going to put him in some fights. They're going to match him well. They're the best matchmakers in the business. So I'm looking really forward to seeing how it goes. What do you guys think? How do you think this whole Top Rank Inoue partnership will go? Can he become a star in America? Can they tap into the untapped parts of the Japanese market here in America? And do you think that Nayoa Inoue will now become the prime #1 target for the LDBC here on YouTube? Let me know in the comments down below what you guys think. Take the time to subscribe, and like I say in every single one of these videos, you can love me or you can hate me, but I'm just a kid from Daniel. So until next time, take care, guys.